Hey YouTube, it's been a couple weeks since I've uploaded a video, and I mean I got some stuff done, and I thought I may as well update you as I go. Pretty much I've been working on the car here and there. Some good news is we found out where to narrow the problem down to. It's something in the interior under the dash, whether it's the clutch switch, the ignition switch, or the main fuse box itself. So it's one of those three, and we're going to find out this weekend on what that problem is. It's like 30 out today. It's really hot. That's Canada for you. Normally it's cold, but in the summers it does get sometimes pretty hot. But anyway, I'll show you what I've done so far. Pretty much, as you can see, the entire dash I took out. I have a guy from the dealership actually giving me a hand with this, but we already ripped out the dash. I didn't get a chance to film it, but we're going through all this wiring through the harness and so on to figure out what these wires go to for the ignition, and yeah. So it's probably most likely this box, the clutch switch itself, which is also right there too, or of course the ignition itself, all the paneling's in the back, and so that's what is going on right now. Another thing I did finish is I got the dual exhaust in. I think it looks pretty sick. I know it's not aligned, but I don't have the side bracketed up yet. I only have it tied with wire for now. But it'll give you a rough idea of what it's going to look like after it's welded. I think it looks really sick. Here's the dash, actually. Took a lot to get out, but but I'll show you what I have going on. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but I did get the valve cover and the manifold in, and it's all green and whatnot. It turned out really good. As you can see, it's amazing. Like, I might have some of those pictures to show you from it, like from when I painted it. I'll throw those in too, maybe. Well, yeah, we're just going through it all, like through the whole harness, from the fuse box to the starter is fine. But basically today, what we are going to do is do an AC delete, because I don't use my air conditioning, and when I look down here, there was no pressure to the line. When I look down here, there was actually cut in the line here. So pretty much we're just gonna take out the whole system and get rid of it, get rid of all this. I don't even know why they painted this. This was not me, but it is going to get removed, because I don't want AC at all. I don't need it. I could crack my window open if I need, roll down the window if I need it to be colder or something when I'm driving. So I'm not too worried. I got the sunroof too, so all this has to come out. All this tubing and whatnot. Down in here, there's a coil. I think that's a coil. Down here, all this tubing, and it'll pretty much just clean up the engine bay a lot, so get rid of all that. It'll just clean it up a little bit, and all of here, we're going to clean up, get rid of all of it. And basically where I'm at with this is removing this plastic to get to the compressor underneath, because it's underneath the alternator, and the alternator is right so yeah. The alternator is just right there, and it's underneath, way down there. So it's better just to go out from underneath. I might have to remove all of this again after I just installed it yesterday, but I'm going to see what I can do from underneath and see if I can do it. The only one problem I can see myself having is when I come down here, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but I come down here, there's a pulley that attaches all the pulleys. There's 3 of them there, and it kind of goes to around that one over there, and then it goes under that top one, and up to the alternator and down to this one, to the compressor, and that's a compressor right there. So I have to remove all of that. Pretty much take that belt off, and maybe I'm most likely will have to get a smaller belt, which I'm gonna have to figure out which belt I could get, because I really need to figure out which belt would fit this. But anyway, so yeah, so I almost got this plastic off. Just a couple bolts up there. That's nothing. Yeah, I can remove this and get perfect access underneath. Sorry. But yeah, so that's all that for that. And I'll see what I can do in getting that off. I'll just video some of it and give you guys some experience of removing this. This is on a 1993 mx3. This is actually the anniversary edition. So I got one nut off. That one was loose, and I think this one might be too, because I think I have removed this before. So I'm just going to use the pliers and turn the bolts, because there's nothing really. I don't have to like pull on it really tight, so it's pretty much, you know, I don't think I'll strip it, but yeah, so I'm going to need the ratchet. So I'm going to come over here, grab the 10mm ratchet, and that's of course tight. So yeah, so I just got to remove these two bolts, and then should go. And as you can see, it is dropping already, just from what I've already done. And there you go. So that's pretty much almost fully off. Just one little bolt back here that I have to remove, which is a 10mm. Your car might be different. I don't know. I don't really remember how it was on my Civics. I don't know if it's almost the same, as the shielding goes from the side to the underneath on the front. And your air compressor could be, you know, in a different spot. It varies on the car, but this is the mx3 version of how to do the AC. So it's pretty much turn, and you do this, and it's humid, like it's really hot today. So of course, you know, it's burning hot, but yeah, it's gonna be hot tomorrow too. And yeah, probably this is one of the hottest days of the year here in Nova Scotia, of like 2017. It's like one of the hottest years, or the hottest days of this year so far. So yeah, just trying to get this off. Not coming off very easy. Not to mention I'm holding the camera with one hand and, you know, turning it with the other, but you know, but I should be able to get it. Nothing really. Yeah, it's pretty much almost off. Just wait until I can turn it by hand a little bit, and it should be good to come off. It's like already loosened a bit, so just turning this. Yeah, like, I don't know, it like loosens, and then I go to do it with my hand, and it loosens just a little bit, and then tightens back up. So I'm guessing it's rusty or something. Switch hands. No. So yeah, just, yeah, I'll get back to you guys when I get this done. and because I'm gonna need 2 hands, I guess. And I'll get back to you guys when I get this done. As you can see, I got the plastic off, and now I can get direct to the compressor and give you guys a better look of how this is. There's the alternator pulley, crankshaft, and compressor. There is 3 belts in this car, but apparently these 3 are all connected by 1 belt. And this will pretty much just will help, and I might gain, a horsepower or 2 removing this. It's not going to be a huge difference unless you're like doing a shit ton of mods, and you might notice it a little bit. But I'm just going to get rid of this. It'll give me like horsepower to removing this, because then the belt won't have to turn something else. It'll just be direct to the crankshaft, to the alternator, so it will give me some better turning with the belt, because it won't have to go through something else and turn something else. So so it's just gonna have to be from this pulley from this pulley to this pulley up here to the alternator up there right above my finger. The light's so like shining down, but yeah, you can see it there. Alternator up there to down here with this thing and down here. So yeah, it's just gonna have to be those 2 things connecting with the belt after I move this. So yeah, next thing I want to remove is probably going to be this belt, because I want to remove my compressor first just to get it out of the way. It's one of the biggest things to do. So I just want to get this out of the way, off and out of the way. So I'll do this, and then yeah.